Ooh, what'd I hit? Hey everybody. Alrighty. I am doing a quick live tonight. I wanted to mess around and see how those like book stack thingies are made. And so I kind of started ahead of the game because I just wasn't sure if the paint that I chose was going to work. And lo and behold, it looks like it's going to work. All right. So I only have my one little book here because I wasn't sure that it was going to work, so I didn't prep the other books. I probably could at the moment, but it's already 9:45. I was literally spending my day cleaning up and organizing so much fall stuff. Oh my gosh. I was down in the city over the weekend, Long Island, hanging with my sister, and Hobby Lobby had like crazy sale. So I went ahead and picked up a bunch of stuff for my fall classes and for some stuff that I'm probably gonna be doing a couple of shows even. But you know, I have my new website, so I want to be creating things to sell there because I think that is a cool thing to do. So my new website is up and running. Just trying to find the right group here. Very slow going at first, and that's okay because I only had a soft launch, and it's going to be launching again August 1st, I hope, like next week. Oh my gosh, it's so fast. This summer is flying by. What the heck happened to July? Literally blinked, July is gone. I don't get it. Crazy town here. So fast. Okay, so I'm not going to belabor the issue because I know it's late and I want to be able to show what I did and the idea that I had. Okay, so this is a book, and I picked up a stack of books from my library. So our local library in town has really nice hardback books for $1. Sometimes even cheaper. And I have to tell you, it is kind of hard for me to mess around with books because I am a bibliophile. I love books. My dog is in here making funny noises. I love books. I love reading books. I love holding books. I love owning books. I love smelling books. It's like a sickness. Tell me truthfully, do you guys like the smell of old books? Like, I think that I could spend a weekend in a library just smelling the old books. Okay, so that's my jam. So it's kind of hard for me to mess around with books. But these are old books. Nothing is worth collecting. They're probably just going to end up either, you know, being donated again, or, you know, maybe picked up by somebody else to read. But I'm cool with, like, you know, messing up some books that have very little monetary value. Anyway, I see a couple of people here. Say hello to me so that I know that you're here. And, you know, I have my little sign. Dun, dun, dun. My little battle sign that I picked up at the dollar store. I'm not allowed to say these words because Mark Zuckerberg will come to my house and give me, I don't know, a tongue lashing for using those words. So I got this little paddle. How funny is that? And that's what I'm using to ask people to do that. Because when you do that for me, Facebook respects that people seem interested, even if mildly interested, in what I have to say, and then they will show it to more people. Okay, so also you can do this, and thank you. All right, I probably need to make a better paddle. My paddle is kind of sad. I get it. My paddle is a little sad, but that's what I have. It's this and this. Okay, so messing around with Chalk Couture tonight. Something super simple, like I said, working on this book that I picked up. Okay, so look at that, it dried in there. I just painted this. I have my blow dryer here to dry it, and I wasn't really sure. Some people take the cover off. Hi, Laura, how are you, darling? And I see Joyce. Hello. So these, there's something weird going on with Facebook today. I saw earlier that people were saying that the comments on people's lives were not showing up. So I'm glad that I see that people are here. So if I miss anybody during my live, please understand Facebook is doing some weird stuff today. Okay, so some people actually take the book and pull the cover off. And I'm hanging in there, Laura. I'm hanging in there. Today was a crazy busy day. Exciting stuff going on here in our little town. And so I had a meeting for that, and that's going to be a fun thing. I found a new church. We're getting involved in this church, and I've said this before. I don't talk about my faith too much just because it just never seemed to come up. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. And I realized, like, look, I am a lover and follower of Jesus. He is the man, and he is the cornerstone of my life and my family and my business and all this other jazzeroonie. And so I'm excited to find a new church because we've been looking for a bit, and this seems a very, very good fit for us. So they're having a concert, and check it out. I don't know if you all might listen to contemporary Christian music on like K-Love or Word FM, but they got Josh Wilson, and he is freaking amazing. And we're doing a concert at the end of the summer, and they're expecting over 1,000 people. So for our little town, that's a pretty big deal. So I was very blessed to be asked to participate in that. So I'm excited for that. Back to my book stacks. Okay, this book has, I left the cover on. Some people are pulling the cover off and having like the spine exposed. And so I'm probably going to do another one like that, but I wanted to try it first with the cover on, because if I can leave the cover on and it looks cool, that's just less work. But I do like that rough look of like peeling it off. So do you guys have a preference? Have you seen these cool book stacks? If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go on Pinterest and look and just type in book stacks. You'll see how cute these are. So I did glue the top to here. I glued this together, and I glued this together, and I glued a couple of the inside pages together. And then from reading, it says that when you paint the pages, it holds the pages together too. So that's what I did. I painted the sides of the pages, but I'm going to paint it again because I don't think that that's a good enough cover. I want it to be a little bit more solid white. So if you have never used this Waverly chalk paint, it's amazing. It really is. This is just one coat. You get really good coverage with this particular paint brand. I get it at Walmart, and it really is very, very thorough. Look how nice it goes on. It has a nice feel when you paint with it. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know if that sounds weird. I'm a crafter, not an artist. My sister is an artist. She actually studied fine art in school. She's the artsy one. I'm the crafty one. Do you ever feel like there's a difference between art and crafty art? Now, I believe that crafts is also a form of art. That's why we call it arts and crafts. But a crafter to me, which is more like what I am, except when I sew, because I can be very meticulous when I sew. But a crafter doesn't care what the side that's not going to show to anybody looks like. Hi, Shannon. How are you tonight? Glad you stopped by here. So that's my opinion of the difference between an artist and a crafter. It is both a form of art, and they are both, they both create things of a different, caliber. But I personally feel that as a crafter, I'm okay if, say, the back of something that's not going to show, that I don't have it perfect. That's just me. Other people might have another idea. Whereas an artisan is going to be more comfortable or interested in how the whole thing looks, like the bottom of something, the inside of something. And so I guess, I don't know if I'm the only weird person that thinks that way. What do you think? What do you guys think? All right, so I painted that, and now I'm just going to paint this side here. Oops. A little bit of lump of paste in there. I've had this paint for a while. It does kind of go far, I find. And so I'm very excited to finally do one of these. I really hope it turns out looking at least a little bit of what I wanted it to look like. The next stack that I'm going to make, like I said, I'm going to make a couple of them, and I'm going to stack them up. And I have an idea using the little words that Chalk Couture has. We have little words like this. They come in 3, and we have them in French, and we have a couple of different kinds. And so I thought that's going to really look cute. Hi, Donna. I have not seen you in what feels like an age. How are things in upstate New York? Donna Peters lives in upstate New York, and I went to her house once, and it was amazing. Her daughter is this amazing kid. She came in, and she was taking care of the animals, and I was just so impressed with her ability to talk about how she takes care of these big animals, like these cows. This is from a city girl, okay? So I'm impressed by people who are not, I don't know, terrified of cows. How silly is that? All right, I'm going to use my blow dryer to dry this up some. Give me 1 second. Now I noticed that this chalk paint does dry pretty fast. A little bit over here, 1 second. And I am liking the way it looks. I really like the way it's looking. It's matte, it's chalky, it's got that shabby kind of vintagey look going on there. So I'm kind of happy with that. All right, now I'm gonna take a little bit more paint and paint this side. And this is what I love to do. I jumped into Chalk Couture, and I love Chalk Couture. You guys, if you know anything about me, you know that I do love my chalky goodness here. But I love all kinds of crafts. And so one of the things that I wanted to start doing, one of the reasons that motivated me to have a website where I can sell some cool things that I make, is because I'm hoping that I can incorporate Chalk Couture into these other things that I like to create, and then to have non-Chalk Couture things as well. So I don't want it to be a conflict, me doing non-chalky stuff with my City Chick chalk. So we went ahead and jumped into a new website. It's called thisliferedone.com. My husband and I are in a place in our life where we're just redoing a whole bunch of things. We have our last kid almost finished with college. He's going into his senior year. My two oldest are married. My second son, third child, is living in the city and building his life there. And so we're kind of like in a position where we're going to be like redoing the life. So, hi, Charmaine. Charmaine, how was your party tonight? Charmaine had a workshop tonight. And I'm hoping that everything went well for her. So yeah, so This Life Redone is the new place on the web. If you go over there, you'll see it's very new and very sparse. The goal is to have 2 blog posts a week, and just kind of chronicling where we are and having resources and guests to discuss what life is like for those in their 50s, now that our society is, you know, our life expectancy has extended. Since my grandmother was born in 1919, her life expectancy from birth at that point was only like 50 something years old, and our life expectancy now is 83. So we're getting an extra like 30 years on this planet, and the world and society is starting to see that people in their 50s, we rock. And our life is pretty darn spectacular. And so we're learning to adjust to this non-kid life. We call it post-kiddom. Oh, a flower sack towel. Those are so fun. I'm addicted to those. I have, I think, 12 of them already. I love them. All right, I'm just going to put the blow dryer on to dry this side. Now, part of me, you know, maybe would put a third coat. I don't know. I'm kind of liking the way it looks. It really does. It really is looking okay to me. I think there's a little bit of wet over here. 1 second. Hey, we have 3 Donnas. There's Donna me, and then Donna Morency, and then Donna Peters. I got to tell you, I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, lived there till I was 33 years old. I knew 2 Donnas my whole life, Donna Bova, Donna Gordino, and then there was me. And you would think in an Italian neighborhood there would be more Donnas, and there weren't. I moved here to Pennsylvania, and I have met more Donnas than I can number. I mean, literally dozens, and I think it's pretty funny. My grandfather, who was of Irish descent, refused to call me Donna because he said Donna is not a name. Donna is a word. It means lady in Italian, and so he called me by my middle name. Hi, Lila. Is it Lila or Lila? I'm going to go with Lila because there's 1 L. So if I'm wrong, you just like post on there and tell me, no, that's not how you spell my name. Okay, so I'm glad you stopped by. All right, so what I chose to put on here is the Your Life is Your Story, Write Well, Edit Often. Okay, and I thought, how cool is that to have on a book stack? I thought that would be really cool. All right, so I have that, and I'm going to do this again. Yesterday I worked with black also. I made a really cute farmhouse kitchen sign. I liked the way it came out, but I do like the way it looks with the black and the white. So I'm just going to keep it traditional. I don't know if traditional is the word. Classic, is that? This is going to be a book without the stack. I got a big book instead of working with a couple of books. I wanted to see how it was going to work out and how it felt to work with the book cover on it. So I see a lot of them with the book cover off, but I wanted to put it with the book cover on it. And so probably tomorrow I'm going to take these other books and I'm going to take the covers off and see how that works. So we'll have to see. All right. So now I have this, and I have something else over here that I'm going to see how this works, because this is going to sit on my table like that. So I have a place that I want to put it. And so I want to put this kind of centered at an angle, because I want to have room for something else down here. All right, so not pressing this down too hard because the paint is dry, but it is not set. And this transfer has been used, gosh, every bit of 10 times. So there's still plenty of use left, but I don't have to worry about it being so sticky that it's going to pull the paint off. One of my best friends growing up was Donna, and that was it. Just two of us, right? Yeah, there was just three Donnas. That's all I knew. I'm sure there were more. I just didn't know them. Even though I lived in Brooklyn, New York, our area was like a small town. It was like a tree-lined street with, private houses. I lived in the projects until I was 12. And then we moved to this area in Brooklyn that was a very family kind of area. It got bad real fast, but when we left in the 90s, but it was a great place to grow up. I love the city. I miss the hubbub and the busyness of it. I'm a people person, but I do love where I am here too. Live where you live. That's my thing now. I'm trying my best. Okay. So if anybody is just stopping by, maybe on my YouTube video or on my website, because these are going to be up on my website as well. I'm working with Chalk Couture, and they have developed an adhesive back silkscreen transfer that works with this Chalkology paste. You take the paste, you swipe it over your transfer, and when you peel it off, look at that. Whatever is on the transfer is going to be left behind. And on 80% of surfaces, the chalk will dry hard, so it's not going to rub off once it's dry. But on most surfaces, I can wash it off with just water. So I can then reuse my surface, which is really kind of cool. Now, this is not a surface that I want to reuse, so I'm not concerned about washing it off of here. I just got some ink paste on my table here, and my wipes are just out of reach. Okay, so I think that that's so cool. All right. Now, I can put something on the side. I did have this word that I could put on the side. I'm hoping that it fits. I measured it before. All right, so I'm just going to hold this up. All right. And I'm just going to put the word hello. All right, because I think that that's going to look cool. Just a little hello. Every time I say the word hello, I think of the Lionel Richie song. You went to New York a few years ago. Well, if you ever come to New York again, my friend, you tell me and I'll show you around. This past weekend, even though people think that Long Island is part of the city, it is not. New York City has 5 boroughs. Manhattan is what we refer to as the city. So if somebody says they're going to Brooklyn, it's not the same in my mind, or people from New York think, Brooklyn is Brooklyn and Manhattan is the city. So if you say that you're going to the city, that means you're going to Manhattan. And the other, there's Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, the Bronx, and Manhattan. So the other 4 are called the outer boroughs. And so if you're going to the outer boroughs, that's one thing. Going to the city means you're going to Manhattan. And so I was on Long Island this weekend. It was great. Okay, so now this says hello. I love the way that looks. I have a little bit of paint on me. Make sure that I'm not smudging anything. Okay, I'm gonna cover my white paint because I'm good with that, and I have to put this in some water. That's good. Okay, so now I also have some twine here and some ribbon, all right? So in my mind's eye, this is going to work. Charmaine, if you're still here, what part of, were you in Manhattan? Is that where you were? And how long did you get to stay? I love this fallish kind of ribbon. Look how cute that is. I really, really love this. All right, so in my mind's eye, this worked. We'll have to see, all right? Yesterday I worked with ribbon too. I love working with ribbon. I really do. All right, so that to me is looking nice. Cool. Very, very cool indeed. Okay, so I'm gonna blow dry that a little because I want to turn it over just in case it's not dry. Okay, and the paste dries very quickly, rather quickly, I should say, much quicker than the chalk paint. It dries really nice. So, okay, here we go. Something just popped up on my screen that I just need to take care of. I apologize. Give me 1 second because sometimes I just need to make sure that I'm paying attention. And here we go. I think that we are good. All right. I don't know if you can hear that clicking. I'm clicking on my computer. I'm not quite sure if that is something that you hear. All right. Okay, that's done. All right, so back here I am. I apologize for that. So I need my scissor. Okay, and I need my glue gun here. So I did spend a lot of the day organizing. I have so many projects that I'm going to be doing, and I really, really am hoping to get some workshops set up in our town. That will be awesome. All right, now I want to make sure when I'm doing this that the seam is in the back of the book. I don't want the seam to be where... Why am I not moving? Ruh-roh. I see that this is not moving. Why is that? Can you guys see me there? My computer is like jammed here, and I don't really know why. Huh. I can see myself here. If you guys can see me, like, let me know. Give me, like, I don't know, a thumbs up or a hello. Weird. Okay, so I don't know what that was all about. I stood up, and now my dog is, like, after me here. Come on, doggy. I don't know what's going on. Why is it not? Oh, there I am. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what happened there, peeps. Okay, we were there for an evening. Oh, you went to the Cake Boss's Bakery in Hoboken. I used to live in Jersey. I used to live in Leonia, the same town that Alan Alda lived in. Oh, the Empire State Building. Interestingly enough, my daughter went to college in the Empire State Building when she first moved there. There's a small college in the city. They have since moved to the financial district, but that's where she lived, and they gave her an apartment in Herald Square. I was like, school, I understand the school wants to make it fun for the kids, especially kids that were coming from the Midwest. But they were giving these kids like delusions, thinking that they were going to be able to afford the apartment that they were given as the dorm. Can you imagine being given a dorm as an apartment in Manhattan? And I'm like, these kids are going to be lucky they can afford a box in Harlem when they graduate, because rent in the city is astronomical. I mean, in Manhattan, and Brooklyn is the most expensive of the 5 boroughs, and you can actually get a studio for like $2,000 a month. It's insane. It was not that bad when we lived there, but we paid 20 years ago, we paid $1,000 a month for our house that we rented. It was a beautiful house. We got a deal because we rented it from friends. Can you imagine? $1,000 a month. And that was a deal. So yeah, it was not logical for us to be able to afford a home in the city, because my husband and I decided we wanted to stay. I was going to stay home with the kids and homeschool the kids. And so you really have to have a very good job to be able to live on one income in the city. And while my husband is a senior certified Lexus technician and he worked in Manhattan at the Lexus dealership, the houses were $500,000. So yeah, it just did not make sense to stay in the city under those circumstances. So, all right, I'm happy with the way this little polka dot ribbon looks. Thank you to my sister Kelly, who gave me a box of ribbons. So many ribbons in there. I dropped my scissor. So many beautiful ribbon I'm going to have fun with for projects. That makes me so happy. Okay, so look how cute that is. I love it. All right, and now I want to take some of this twine. Okay, and I'm going to start over here. And again, in my mind, this worked. So let's see if it's going to also work in actuality. Oh, you know what? I wanted to put a little loop here. If you put a little loop on the end of your string, string, you can get a nice taut string. I don't know how much I'm going to need, so I'm just going to thread this through here, pull my thread through, and then you'll see if you have that little a little loop there. Oops. You can pull it taut. Look at that. See, it pulls it nice and tight. It's just a little loop down there. That's it. All right, I'm going to glue it, but I want to make sure, yep, it seems to me to be in the right spot. So a little bit of glue here. I'm going to hold that in its area. Wow. Get the glue strings that look like cotton candy. My little nieces have a cotton candy machine. It was so cute, so funny. So funny. I have not been to the memorial, to the 9/11 memorial yet. It was a very devastating moment for the country. It was devastating to know people that were in the towers when it fell. Yeah. My friend was actually visiting us that weekend, that time, and she was up with her 4 kids. Her husband is a New York City detective, and he called us and told us, put on the TV. She actually got stranded up here in our old house. She was stranded with us for about 8 days, I think. And then afterwards, it might have been a little less. No, I think it was maybe 7 days. And then after that, she went to another friend whose husband they were in upstate New York, and her husband was a New York City firefighter. And he was put out on permanent disability part of that was because of what happened at 9/11, because he was there. And it was like nothing people could even imagine. So very devastating indeed. So I like that they have the memorial. I wish that they would make it free for people that would go and see it, because I feel like, I don't know. Everybody's got their own views on that one, but I wish that it would be free. But ain't nothing in New York City for free. That's for show. That is for shizzle. No joke. All right. I'm just using my scissor to tap down the glue. I don't know if there's a better way to do that. I'm sure people can send me better ways to do it. And there we go. Look how cute that came out. I'm very excited about how this looks. This is a little cockamamie in the back. Using my Yiddish. Have you ever heard the word cockamamie or mashugana or shingatz? But look how cute that is. Okay, you can see the side. All right. Oh, I'll move that over a little bit. There we go. That's better. Okay, that's what it looks like there. And now I could put a ribbon there, but I don't want to, you know my potential for, for over embellishing. So I think that I'm just going to leave it just as that. So what do you think? You think I'm on my way to creating some decent book stacks? I think when I have a couple of them, doing a couple of them, it's going to be fun. I'm very excited. I'm really glad the way this came out. I'm glad that I painted the paper. I like the way it looks, and I'm really happy with that. So if you guys like this, give me some thumbs up and some hearts and stuff. Here's my paddle again. You can send it out into world of Facebook to other people if you think that there might be somebody out there that would think this is cool. You want to be a part of my closed group, please let me know, and I will send you the link to that. And I put up the sale. I have the special going on in the group, and I can share it here because it is not for Chalk Couture items. It is for items that I have made during my lives. So I have all of these really cool projects, but I only have one-offs, meaning I only have one of each. And so, oh, hi, Jennifer. How are you, honey? I just saw it popped up. And so I'm offering it for a $10 grab bag. So anything in that I put in the box is going to be valued at least 20 bucks and more, because I have these really nice projects and other people might be blessed by them. So I'm going to offer them for 10 bucks and plus shipping, and I'll do the cheapest shipping I can. And so if anybody's interested in that, let me know. All right. Do you think I should put a butterfly? I have my butterflies sitting right here. Should I put a butterfly, or is it going to be too big? I think it's going to be too big. Where are my words? There's the words. No, too big. I'm not going to do it. I'll save it for another book. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it anyway. My butterflies are so cute. I haven't done a project with the butterflies yet. The paddle is awesome. I love the paddle. Yeah, I love that paddle. I love the paddle, and I love my beach sign for the bathroom. So, all right. I'm out of here. I'll be here again tomorrow. I'm doing my 30 and 30 challenge accepted. Dun, dun, dun. I'm on day 3, so 27 more days to go. I'm on a roll. All right. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by, and I'm glad that you liked this one. I was very happy with this one as well. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll catch you all later.